How to play Baccarat, Beginner's Guide. Before beginning this video, I'd like to invite you to our site casinoglow.com, especially to our new page dedicated to the newest and hottest casino games today and why you should play them. See the links to those pages in the description section below this video. On our site, we offer you amazing bonuses and promotions waiting just for you, from no deposit bonuses to free cash, welcome bonuses, and much more. If you enjoy our video, please like and subscribe to support our channel. Enjoy the video. In this video, I cover everything you need to know about the game of Baccarat, even if you've never played it before. I discuss the history of the game, the rules, how to play the game, odds and payouts, and of course, share some useful tips to help you win the game. Let's get started. The history of Baccarat. The origin of the game is not fully known and remains a mystery. Legend has it that its origin dates back to 14th century Italy, while others claim that the game's origin goes way back to 14th century France. Researchers also claim Baccarat was invented in ancient China from the Italian game Payouts, which in English means make nine. And there are those who claim an Italian croupier innovated the game. With that said, most historians come to a stalemate that the origin of the game is from Italy and France. The game is also known as Baccarat, an ancient French and Italian term meaning nothing or zero. The word Baccarat symbolizes the value of the picture cards and note tens in the game, that equates to zero, hence the widely accepted Baccarat. From Italy, the game quickly advanced in France, becoming popular among France's elite gamblers. In France, amongst the wealthy nobles, the game was referred to as chemin de fer. From there, Baccarat quickly spread to Great Britain and the USA. The game became very popular in North America and was known as Punto Banco. Despite having somewhat unclear history, everyone can agree that Baccarat is thrilling, fun, and has some of the best odds. That is probably the reason why high rollers fancy the game so much. Just ask Phil Ivey. The rules of Baccarat. Baccarat is a card game that is played with 6 to 8 decks of 52 playing cards. That's the standard of play in land-based casinos. Online casinos use either 4, 6, or 8 decks, but that depends on the software provider supplying the game. The rules of Baccarat require all the betting on any particular hand to be completed before the hand begins. You can bet either on the player, the banker, or a tie. The game then starts with 2 cards being dealt to each of 2 hands, known respectively as a player hand and a bank hand. The objective of the game is to predict which of those hands, player versus banker, will subsequently acquire a total which is closest to 9. This is done by betting on the bank hand, the player hand, or else wagering that the round will finish as a tie. With that said, it's not advisable to wager on the tie bet, despite having charming odds if you win. A hand's value can be higher than 9 since it's the highest score in Baccarat. That's the first rule you should know. Soon, we'll get to the card's value and you'll understand how 9 is the highest score in the game. The value of the cards. Let's discuss the value of the cards and understand how 9 is the highest score in Baccarat. The cards from 2 to 9 are worth their peep value. Tens, as well as picture cards, which are jacks, queens, and kings, are worth 0 points. Aces are worth 1 point. The points in Baccarat are added differently, and the value of a hand that's closest to 9 is the one that wins. When a hand's value reaches double numbers, you reduce 10 points to get its real value. Example, 12 is worth 2 and 10 is worth 0. If you are dealt 8-7, that is a total of 15, meaning the true value of your hand is 5. How to play Baccarat. Now it's time for the order of play or the gameplay. The game begins with players placing one of 3 types of bets on who will win, get closest to 9 or 8, the player, the bank, or tie. After placing the bets, the dealer will then give 2 cards each to the player and banker. The totals hand is calculated as explained earlier according to the card's value. The winning hand is the one with a value of 8 or 9, also known as a natural. A natural is a hand totaling 8 or 9 after dealing the first 2 cards. If there's a natural hand, the round ends, no bets are collected or paid out. If both the player and the banker don't have a natural, third card may be drawn under the following rules. The player's third card rule. 1. The player will get a third card if his hand total is less than 5. However, the player's hand will stand if it has a total of 6 or 7 points. 2. If the player doesn't draw a third card, then the banker's hand gets a third card if it has a total of less than 5. Also, the banker's hand will stand if it has a total of 6 or 7. The banker's third card rule. 1. No matter the player's third card, the banker will always get a third card if it has a total of 2 or less. 2. Third card will be drawn if the banker's hand has a total of 3, but not if the player draws 8 as the third card. 3. The banker gets a third card with a 4, but not if the player draws 0, 8, 1, or 9 as the third card. 4. With a total of 5, the banker gets a third card, but not if the player draws 0, 2, 3, 8, 1, or 9 as the third card. 5. The banker will never get a third card with a 7 unless the player has 6 or 7 as his third card. 6. No third card is drawn if the banker's hand has a 7 as its total. The bank stands. Variants of Baccarat. The game has several variants. They include Punto Banco, Mini Baccarat, Chemin de Fer, and Baccarat Banco. In addition, the live version of Baccarat is also popular among gamblers. Online casinos offer more variants like Speed Baccarat, Squeeze Baccarat, and No Commission Baccarat. Let's go over the differences of some popular Baccarat variants. Punto Banco, also known as American Baccarat, this is the most popular version of the game in online casinos, and its rules of play are the ones we've covered earlier in this video. It's straightforward to learn, and has 3 main bet types. 2 types of bets are common in the game, the player or the banker. However, you may also bet on a standoff or tie, but that's not recommended. All winning hands in this version are subject to a 5% commission. It's a game of kismet and chance, but if played well, you can win and be profitable. Mini Baccarat, also known as Mini Punto Banco, this is the smaller version of the Punto Banco variant. The difference is that it has smaller table with a maximum of only 7 players, as opposed to Punto Banco can be played with a maximum of 12 players. Also, it has just 1 croupier compared to the 2 or 3 in Punto Banco. This version of the game is faster, taking about 30 seconds to complete. The rules are the same as with Punto Banco, and you can also play side bets. In addition, the stakes are lower compared to its main variant, probably why Punto Banco is much coveted by high rollers. Chemin de Fer. Chemin de Fer, or Chemin de Fer, is French for railroad or railway. This version of the game is played mainly in France, and it's almost impossible to find a casino offering this version of Baccarat. The rules of this game are similar to Punto Banco's, except that the players here wager against each other. That means that each player turn takes to become the dealer, hence betting against each other. The house provides everything needed for the game and still has the 5% winning commissions. The main difference is that the third card rules are flexible. Players here can decide whether to draw a third card or not. Baccarat Banque. Also known as two-table Baccarat, Baccarat Banque is similar to Chemin de Fer. The banker, who's one of the players, remains the banker until he goes bankrupt or decides to step down. The table here has 2 halves with 6 players on each half. All the players play against the banker and not against each other. Also, players take turns in drawing and in shuffling the cards, so their responsibility doesn't solely fall on the banker. House edge and payouts. The house edge is the amount you stand to lose on average per unit bet in favor of the casino or the house. Basically, it's the mathematical advantage of a casino, usually expressed as a percentage. In Baccarat, it varies depending on the bet you've placed. The player bet has a 1.24% house edge, the banker bet has 1.06%, and the tie bet has a 13.6% house edge. Among all other casino games except blackjack, Baccarat's house edge has the best odds available to gamblers. In Baccarat, the house always has the bigger advantage. The reason is because the banker's hand has a 45.8% chance of winning compared to the 44.6% chance of the player's hand. That's why it is advised mainly to bet on the banker's hand as you have more winning opportunities. With that said, we need to remember that the Baccarat is still a game of chance. Therefore, you can't be 100% certain which hand wins next. A standoff or tie will win 9.6% of the time. Now let's talk about payouts. The payout is even 1-to-1 if you bet on a player's hand and it wins. For example, if you wager $10, you win an extra $10, so you'll have a total of $20. A banker's hand winning bet will pay out 19-to-20. That means a wager of $10 will bring back $9 on top, so you'll have $19 in your bankroll. The missing $1 is the house's 5% commission. When you wager on a tie bet, it means you're betting for both hands, player and banker, to have a similar count. Standoff's payout is 8-to-1. For example, $10 winning stake on a tie bet will reward you with an extra $80, so you'll have a total of $90. Some casinos may offer a 9-to-1 payout for winning tie bets. In addition, some platforms may also offer side bets such as player pair, banker pair, perfect pair, and either pair. However, the availability of side bets depends on the casino software provider. If there's a tie, all bankers' and players' hand bets will be pushed or returned. That's because neither hand has lost nor won. Baccarat tips. 1. Familiarize yourself with the rules because that will help you make competent gambling decisions. 2. Set betting limits and avoid overspending on gambling. Also, you can set playing time limits and stick to it. 3. Wager on the banker's hand. That's because it has more significant house advantage even with the 5% tax levied on winning hands. The banker's hand has a 1.09% advantage compared to the player's with a 1.24% advantage. 4. When you have 3 straight losing or winning streaks, take a break first until the game streak ends. 5. Avoid betting on ties even though they have irresistible odds. That's because the house advantage on that bet is high, 14.4%. 6. Practice makes perfect. Learn the game, practice playing Baccarat on the demo variants of the game, and when you feel ready, start playing for real money. 7. Pass on the next bet after the bank loses. Whenever the bank finally loses out to the player, don't bet on the next outcome. Wait until the following one. Note whether it's a win for the player or the bank. Then, resume betting in line with the outcome of that play. 8. Discount all tie bets. For strategic purposes, treat every tie bet as if it never happened. A tie bet is simply a drawn game without a winner or a loser, so don't include it in your bank win, player win calculations. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, please like it and subscribe. Also, remind you to visit our site to claim great bonuses, take advantage of our promotions, and check out the hottest and best casino games today waiting just for you. Enjoy and have an amazing day.